Hello, and thank you for watching this November 14th weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. Well, it's finally happened. For a significant part of the Corn Belt, temperatures over the weekend finally bottomed out below freezing. This map, provided by Weatherbell, shows the influence of clear skies and light winds over the eastern half of the country on Saturday night. A trough in the jet stream, followed by a surface high-pressure system, ushered in the first frost for many in the Midwest. Now, for Agrible headquarters here in Champaign, Illinois, this is the second latest frost on record. We've been keeping these records since the late 1880s. The latest was November 13th, 1975, which was also the last time we had our first frost in November. Well, as we've been discussing, the lack of really cold air in Canada is a major reason why November has been so warm up to this point. This map shows the Northern Hemisphere snow cover as of Sunday, November 13th, and it is clear that the really cold air and the snow is in Eurasia. With the lack of snow cover to our north, it is very difficult this time of year to lock in a colder weather pattern for an extended period of time. But with all that cold air displaced from the North Pole and invading the northern half of Eurasia, we're getting a lot of videos like these. Well, this is in Slovenia and shows the heavy snowfall that they've been receiving. When I watch this video, it reminds me a lot of that drive to the haunted hotel in the movie The Shining. Okay, getting back to the weather in the United States, does the cooler weather that we've seen over the last weekend hang around for very long? Well, this animation shows the flow of the jet stream by midweek, and it is set up such that another ridge builds into the central United States, while troughs of cooler air occupy both coasts. So it's no surprise that by midweek, temperature anomalies look something like this. But with such an active and wavy jet stream, the end of the week is really shaping up to be quite interesting. Let me show you what I mean. This is a static map that shows the wind speed and position of the jet stream early Friday morning of this week. By this time, the ridge that was over the central United States will have moved toward the east coast, and a rather deep trough in the jet stream will set up in the central plains and head toward the Great Lakes in the Midwest, which will build in a big weather event toward the start of next weekend. This arrow shows the flow of the jet stream, and this solid black line shows the main axis of the trough in the jet stream. See how the tilt of the southern end of that trough is to the east? Meteorologists call this a negatively tilted trough, and when the flow pattern looks like this in the central plains, a powerful low-pressure system will form just downstream of this trough axis. But due to the negative tilt, the track of the soil will resist digging through the Midwest and instead head toward the Great Lakes. By Friday afternoon, a strong low-pressure system will be pushing through the northern plains, and there will likely be enough cold air on the backside of the system for snow. By Saturday, this system will be centered over Lake Superior and look very similar to a winter storm that sunk the Edmund Fitzgerald back in November of 1975. Now, I'll have to play a little Gordon Lightfoot later this week to remind myself of how powerful these storms can actually be. Well, here's a look at the GFS forecast snowfall totals for this week. And while we never use these models to predict the exact amount of snow, they are very useful in pinning down the regions of interest for these heavier snow bands. Well, Monday's Zero-Z model run pegs North Dakota as the snowiest location in the U.S. before this band of snow moves into Canada. Well, here's the GFS forecast for the total accumulated precipitation in liquid equivalent inches. As that cold front comes through on Friday and Saturday, parts of the Midwest will see showers and potentially some thunderstorms. But unfortunately for the southeastern United States, this system is not going to bring significant drought relief. Here is the latest U.S. Drought Monitor map, and we can see how the drought is continuing to worsen in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Some locations in this area have not seen rain for nearly 60 days, which has impacted the cotton and peanut harvests in these states. With such dry weather, wildfires have broken out over the last week, and many are only partially contained as of Sunday night. This picture shows the smoke plumes seen from an airplane, and many in the southeast have had to deal with very poor air quality over the last several days. Now, for those viewers in the Midwest, there's often concern over drought in this region spreading into the heart of the Corn Belt. Historically, this is very unlikely, as several factors work against drought spreading toward the northwest from this location. It's not that it can't happen, but the terrain combined with the prevailing wind direction combine to make this a lower probability event. Nevertheless, It must be watched by farmers in the Midwest, especially in southern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.